Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Space Haven here on Not Your Professional Walkthrough channel with me, your host, Max. So in case you missed the previous episode, it was quite the rough start into our space journey, and I kind of do wonder how much longer will it take me to kill everyone on board of the ship, because I'm quite sure I'm gonna do something stupid. But despite all that, we're going to get into this sort of segment of the game where what we're going to be doing is slowly expanding the hull and adding in additional equipment which will allow us to craft more junk, which can be then sold or exchanged for other goodies. And we are in this new sector where I jumped, and here we have ice, hyperium, and the basic metals, and it seems like this region is quite rich with resources. So there is a ship which theoretically can be claimed. Then we have a sector with derelict ship, a ship for claiming and ice, and then we have a sector with derelict ship. So this is great news for us. Reason behind this is that we can theoretically salvage the ship which can be claimed. Now, I particularly don't use a fleet of small ships because each ship individually will require its own equipment. So as you can see, this ship has its own hyperdrive. This is the more advanced version than the one which we have currently equipped in our primary ship here, because we have these smaller engines. This is like a dual hyperdrive. And you have your own airlock, you would have to fix up the entire hull, and you would have to set up a couple of things. You would have to set up the living quarters, you would have to set up the navigation hub, the operational quarters, you would have to have some sort of crew that would be on board of this ship, and then you would have to manage your resources on both of the ships. So most likely what I'm gonna do, instead of actually claiming the ship and letting it join my fleet, I will probably most likely be salvaging it for the scrap. And the reason behind that is primarily because we are constantly running low on the infra blocks. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna speed this up so that these guys actually get the hell out of those bunk beds and they will eat something, and then we can start to do some real damage. Now, the problem here is we're running into real bottleneck because we don't have food. This means that we can most likely provide only the basic meals, which are a mix of the planetary or the plant-based matter and water, and it's like an algae soup or something. So it's really not the best thing, and it will not help the crew keep satiated for longer periods of time. So we want to address that. Now, we want to get the ice, we want to get the base metals, and we want to get the hyperium, because right now hyperium and erigium were one of the two commodities which we were able to exchange. However, later down the road, we will require these minerals in order to be transformed into additional stuff. So I'm not really sure if we were able to research this as of yet. Does not seem like it. So if we would go into the energy refinery, this is what I'm talking about. Erigium is processed into energy rods. The energy rods are what is used to power the power nodes, and that thing powers your engines, your machinery, everything else. So we will require those. And the hyperdrive fuel is of course used to jump around the systems, so we will require that as well. So that is why the energy refinery is currently being researched, and we're gonna go also into the chemical refinery, because here we will be able to get chemicals out of the raw chemicals. We'll be able to mix carbon and the chemicals in order to get plastic. However, you see that you use only like 1/5 of the entire chemical compound, and so you have all these decimal numbers which are being mixed and matched together. We'll be able to make IV fluids, medical supplies, fertilizer from the chemicals, explosive ammunition, for example. This is a great commodity for trading, but the plastic will be important because that is how we will be eventually able to start creating weaponry, body armor, and all other nonsense. So yeah. Okay, so I'm trying to see what ship has entered the sector, and we are gonna require meals. So we can either go and get directly the meals if they would have them, or we would have to get the raw ingredients. Now, buying the food is really expensive business, and usually the biggest price tag is given to the artificial meat because it also takes the longest to get to it on your research tree. So right now you see that I'm handing away over 2,000 of these credits, and I'm not really that keen on that. So if I can reduce that, I will try to do just that. So let's see, is there some sort of salvage or something which we can theoretically use? I want to hold on to the info blocks because we will require more of the planters, and these things are used for that specifically. We do have now, however, the steel plates because we started to smelt those. So theoretically I can go ahead, give away some of those, and that will reduce the cost of this whole shebang quite dramatically. The Hyperium is gonna be mined over here, so the stuff that I'm handing out is gonna be returned to us eventually, so that should not be a problem. So we're gonna have quite the price tag here, but I kind of do need the food right now in order to keep the crew running before we are able to keep growing our own stuff steadily. So that's why I'm doing the stuff that I'm doing here. 95. I'm trying to look for anything valuable that we can get rid of. I don't want to give away the tech block. We have only one. We do have the hull blocks, so we can sell those. They will sell quite nicely. We cannot afford this as of now because we simply don't have probably the amount of credits. So we will have to reduce this price even further down. Space food is especially formulated to provide complete balanced nutrition. Well, I'm not going to be giving away the food because that's kind of what I need right now. Because we don't know if this ship, which can be claimed, can have aliens on board, I don't really want to be giving away the medical supplies. So I'm thinking we're going to do this. We're gonna get 2 trades out, and we're gonna get some food in so that this thing can actually produce some meals for our crew members. And here is where having those multiple airlocks would actually be beneficial, as that would allow the people to go and move around a bunch of bits and pieces faster. What is your inventory? Okay, so what I want to do is, once the ship is back, I want to go and I want to board it. And we're going to go on board of the ship. So that's one crew member. You have the pistol, so we're going to draft you. You're just going to drop the fruit for a moment. And crap, they're getting tired. So, you know what? I'm going to undraft them. And we're gonna go after they have slept. It's kind of pointless for me to go to the ship when they're getting tired. It's not gonna be really helpful. Okay, so we have researched the CO2 producer and water collector. These are cool things. Composter is really gonna be important for us. Advanced nutrition is the next thing which I want to go with, and then we're gonna go and primarily try to focus on this research here. Not really sure what these specialized requirements here are. That usually means that you need to have the research table and you need to supply some sort of specific type of item, like a body part or a human corpse or whatever, depending on what the research, of course, is. It's not that always you have to provide the human body parts. That would be kind of weird. So I'm just waiting for them to go to sleep, and once they wake up, we're going to be able to go and board that ship and break it down into bits and pieces and see what can be recycled, because unfortunately right now we're not gonna get that much out of the recycler. And if you come across region where there's a crap ton of ships to be broken down, it's actually a good idea to invest into 2 recyclers. Just make sure that you have multiple thermal regulators close by, as these things tend to generate a crap ton of heat, and so you don't want to have a fire on board while everyone is, let's say, going somewhere off board from the ship, and that can just be really bad because the fire can spread and it can have a really negative effect on your overall ship's health. I would love to take this person because she has the goddamn shotgun. So now we have this. We're gonna go and we're gonna board the ship through here so that we clear it out from one end till the other. And now we are gonna slow down the pace of the game so that yeah, because you see, ship that can be claimed, yet it's completely infested by the aliens. I would kind of appreciate if your aim would improve slightly so that we don't destroy every goddamn piece of furniture. Come on, guys, destroy the freaking thing. Come on, play nice. Sometimes the controls of the crew which has been drafted on board of the ship does some weird stuff, but they tend to normally operate quite well. We're gonna probably utilize this hole in the middle of this space because that means that we are having just like a shooting range for all the aliens. They cannot get to us, yet we can destroy them and kill them quite easily. We'll try to make sure that these suckers who have run off over there would come back so that we can shoot at them. But the AI has some sort of intelligence, so they will not just stand there and wait to be fired upon. So he's waiting probably right behind the damn doors. And I really don't want to sustain too much damage. Yeah, you see, he's there. Okay. That is cleared out. And that's the whole ship. So I'm gonna probably abandon this vehicle. I don't really want it. So what we're gonna have to do is first click abandon, and after that we're able to start salvaging it. Now, because this is a smaller ship, it doesn't really have that many pieces of everything. Hell, there's absolutely non-energy left, and there's minimal soft scrap. But we will be able to get the crawler corpse, so we'll be able to store that. We'll be able to break it down for the bits and pieces that we have here. And I'm gonna need to expand the ship's hull in order to accommodate for more of these growth beds so that we can produce more food. And the problem is I kind of don't have the space, and I really don't like to use these smaller growing beds because if I do this, for example, it's not gonna fit in. And sure, I have like a growth bed over here, but I really like to use these larger ones because you grow a large portion of the food simultaneously, and you just have to make sure that, let's say, if the smoke from here would spread out, and it will not be too damn close because then it can kill the entire crop, and if you miss out on the harvest, then that can have detrimental effect on your ship's health and the crew's health and everything else. So I want to expand the ship's hull by another 8 pieces, and I would love to do it over here at the front. That would allow us to move the stuff further away, and that will allow us to gain some additional space and separate the bits or the pieces of the ship that are used for the creation or smelting of some of these components, because we are making lots of steel plates, lots of electronic components, and we're gonna have a crap ton of stuff for recycling purposes as well. So I just want to make sure that can be done. The research is running, so that's awesome. We have picked up the Hyperion. So we're gonna have this ship to be salvaged in the meantime before we are able to leave this sector. And there's a bunch of stuff that's being researched, so that's all great. We have 2 people who are always doing the research, so that's really helpful. We have the derelict in this space system. We have some biomatter here. And I'm gonna have to figure out how the hell to start growing the nuts and get eventually even to the artificial meat. And I'm starting to see a problem here that like the energy keeps jumping up and down due to the high demand of all the engines and everything else in the vicinity. So having the energy refinery accessible is going to be important for us. Right now, I cannot really use the microweaver that much. And when it comes to the overall moisture, water vapor is quite decent. And what you can do is use the water collector as a cool little thing, which will be sucking in the moisture from the air. And it will be using it into producing water. So you don't have to process the ice. You can just use what you have available on board of the vehicle, because let's say there's like evaporation from your breeding and so on and such. You have the plants as well, and if you don't have too many machines which are running too hot, that can also have effect on the overall moisture on the ship. This one person always goes to bed, then they go to take a dump, and then they go to bed. That's funny. Also, the funniest thing is that you get plant-based matter and water from the toilet, because the toilet recycles everything. That's just so freaking awesome that even the toilet is recycling stuff. That's really great. So now we have some food, so these guys should be a-okay. But we really need to focus now on the hull expansion so that we can do more food production. Nobody's growing the fruit. I don't know why. Please start growing the fruit. And we're gonna have to establish the nut growth as well, so everyone can have access to everything that they do need. The ship is being broken down. We have fire on board, so that's being dealt with. Yeah, you see, this thing is just a pain in the ass when it comes to the temperature. This is just producing a crap ton of it. So I might be forced to build life support and the thermal regulator up over here on this wall. Because if the fire would spread too much, and if we would have too much CO2 or too much smoke here, it can get to our crops and it can kill them, which would leave only this small growth bed to produce us with food, and 2 versus 5 is definitely not gonna cut it. So this is gonna be fixed. Why in the hell do you have the spacesuit though? That's what I'm kind of wondering. How much more is gonna have to be built? Quite a lot. That's okay. We're gonna be able to manage. So we have obtained a bits of the ship. So we're gonna be able to recycle all of that. We're still producing the steel and the electronic components. So theoretically, worst case scenario, I can use those resources to be turned into a tradable merchandise. I would prefer not to, but if I'll have to, then I'll just simply have to. It is what it is. We are running low on hull blocks, but I'm really hoping that we will be able to change that, and tech blocks we'll be able to obtain through trading, because the sector seems to be full of these allied ships, so we should be a-okay. I'm thinking the next region is gonna be this one, where we have the 2 ships, one derelict and one that can be claimed. I really wish I would be able to build like a mini fleet of sorts, but unless I'm sure that I can sustain one of these ships, I don't think I will be going into expansion of having more vessels under my control. Because if I cannot manage one, well then why the hell would I shoot myself in the leg by adding in another ship, you know? Okay, hull window can be added over here. We can even add it over here, I'm guessing, so that they see where they are going to. We're gonna move the research stations. So we're gonna move stuff around here. We could theoretically, worst case scenario, put down in-floor light, but there's plenty of light coming in through the windows. So what we're gonna do here is move these things, and I'm gonna try to start setting up the living quarters for the crew members, so that they have access to individual bunks and increase the overall comfort levels. Right now they're sleeping, however, so we will have to tackle this one by one. We are again low on food, which is not great. This ship is only some rubble is left. That's it. So once they wake up, we will be able to start getting ready to jump to the other sector once this is constructed. We just need to move around the infra blocks and the soft blocks over here to the command post so that that can be done. So once that's constructed, these can be moved around. We're gonna have entry through here. You can theoretically cut it off over here and create additional space for something. I can create like a small space for food processing or something. This thing is slowly putting out water, so that's gonna be awesome as well. And now I have to somehow figure out how I will accommodate the people on board of this ship. Okay, so the derelict should be completely empty. The 2 pieces of rubble, I'm not really that keen on that. What we need to process right now is more trying to get food. So we're gonna get ready to jump to the other sector. When we are jumping, none of your small vessels are gonna be able to be operational. So your mining pods or your shuttle is just not gonna be able to do anything. Once this is done, we're gonna jump into this sector right over here. And here we have another derelict ship, and there's Energium and Hyperium, so we're definitely gonna go for that. So let's drop down into the sector, and let's see what awaits us here. Alrighty, so quite a lot of stuff here. Quite a lot of stuff, including the ice. So we're gonna start with the ice. And we're gonna start to draft the crew. And see if we can equip them with some basic weaponry. And send them off to board the derelict ships. Because this region is so rich in ships, it's gonna take us a while to clear all of this out. But that's great news, because we will be able to most likely replenish some of our hull blocks, and that is what we need. Also, these ships might hold inventory such as food, so I'm really looking forward to that, especially. This ship is broken down seriously badly. I'm not really crazy about the name as well. We have finally the composter, so that's awesome. So now we can do energy refinery, chemical refinery, advanced nutrition is over here. After that, we can do the artificial meat, which is right now locked before we get the advanced nutrition. And then we can do the grains and the hops nonsense too. That's a crop which you can only use to be turned into booze. However, in its raw form, and this is what I'm talking about, look at this sucker. These are the cases which I talked about, and this is the bigger enemy alien, which can be quite deadly, because this thing can do this sort of charging motion at you, and it can like close in the distance, so you are not really safe, even if you are in this sort of space, which is not on some tiles or something. So let's select the guys. We have one crew member who is bleeding due to the damage sustained. But I'm definitely not gonna be trying to stay here and sustain too much damage. Because if your crew member gets knocked the fuck out, and they would end up in one of these rooms, the aliens are gonna take them, mount them to the wall, and they're gonna start pumping down eggs next to the body, and the body itself will somehow like provide nutrients for the aliens, and they will be able to just keep spamming more and more of them, and so you want to avoid that at all costs. So right now we have only 2 guys on board, One has shotgun, one has pistol. I am on a lookout for those big hulking bastards, because those are the ones that can seriously screw up your whole damn day. But okay, we're able to come across a decent ship. I, however, will just salvage the living crap out of it, because that's what we do. And so we're gonna mark it, we're gonna abandon this, and we're gonna start to transfer everything. Wow, it looks like there's absolutely nothing that can be used from the interior, especially due to the infestation. Which sucks, because we do see that there's like a navigational console, there is the oxygen generator, we do have a large power generator. This is a more advanced type of power plant than we currently have. They have the advanced hyperdrive, but you can see that they're breaking it down, and so we will be able to do that. And so in the meantime, we're gonna be able to take a look at additional stuff. I really need to go and do something regarding this person, and we're gonna need the medical facility. Unfortunately, right now, I don't really have access to any of that. And we are missing the, what are they called? The tech blocks. So that's really bad. What about the medical, robotics, power capacity, shield, weapon, navigation, research, hyperdrive number 2, scanners, no. Solar panel. I really like on the run where I was the furthest, I did have a bunch of solar panels, but I absolutely did not understand what do they actually charge. Like, the production of the power was so small that it just was not really worth it. It was much more worth your time to jump around the sectors and try to mine out the Hyperium and the Energium to be transferred through the manufacturing into the power nodes or the power cells and these little energy rods, which can then power up everything on board of your ship. So I'm still not really sure what you think of it. Okay, we're gonna start to put down the blueprints for this. This will require soft blocks, and how many do we freaking have? 10. So we can only make so many beds, but we will be able to break down these things. This thing will require infra blocks and also some additional stuff, but I think we will manage. What about bringing in the hull window? If we would do it like this, and we would make these small little, like, let's say 3x3 spaces, it can theoretically work. So what my idea here is that I will do this, and here we're gonna put down the door. And then we're just gonna replicate this process for each person individually, so that we create these small little comfortable places to live at. Life support, we can theoretically put down the air vents as well, so that will allow or make sure that the air can continue to flow in and out. Wall. We are gonna put the door over here. We're gonna put the wall over here. And once the light is moved, this wall can remain in its place. So let's take a look at the recycling. The infra scrap is gonna be our primary focus. Right now we have 16 infra blocks. We have absolutely 0 of the tech blocks, but through the recycling process we cannot even get them anyhow. So we're kind of screwed when it comes to this. And we are gonna try to salvage all of these ships. Now we still have this large portion of the power plant. We have all these doors, we have the oxygen generator, kitchen, tables, and everything else. So there's plenty of stuff that can be salvaged. Looks like they have 2 kitchens actually. So fun stuff. Question is, how the hell did this ship become so heavily infested that they had not only the crawlers but also the hauler, or whatever the hell the thing is called? And the benefit of having these small little pots is that you can make one of them like against the wall, and then you can keep another set over here in the middle facing this side. So you can have like a long hallway going down, and on each side you're gonna have these sort of bunks, and they can be really nice. I'm not really sure how the comfort levels. The bed is removing this, but there's the light. There's the light. I can try to add in the plant. That will help out slightly. So one of these bunk beds can be dismantled, therefore, so 2 people will be able to be accommodated. So that's that. We have some nice comfort over here as well. We're gonna be messing around with this, of course. Keeping this 2 tiles wide would actually not be the worst thing. That way I can move theoretically the oxygen generator over here, and we would still have enough space in here to accommodate some housing. So if I would to decide and do just that, if I would move this sucker over here, then theoretically what we can do is go... it's gonna be a tight squeeze. That's for sure. Problem here is gonna be also... we're gonna have to leave some space in behind or free over here so that this door can go into the hallway as well. So there will be like 1 bunk in here for 1 crew member. Theoretically, we can move you up in here. And... no, we cannot. And what I can do is put down the whole window as such, so that the person laying here has a beautiful view out of the ship. So this will be a tight little living quarters. Decoration. You're gonna get the wall flowers or plants or whatever the hell you want to call these things. So the comfort is spreading around here. It's all over the damn place. So this seems like a quite the comfortable living condition. This is also nicely comfortable, especially thanks to the hull window. So 2 people are able to live here already as is. This needs to be finished, which will mean that another bunk bed can be decommissioned. How much stuff do we have left here? Still some salvage. So it seems like the power plant has been decommissioned. That's okay. And we're gonna start to... yeah, you see, this is just completely cramped. So having like 2 of these airlocks would be absolutely beneficial. Let's go to the recycler and let's see what can be recycled. 1 and 5. So lots of recycling to be done. We can go ahead and make more of these because we have a crap ton of especially the base metals. And I have to keep an eye out on my carbon reserves just because this stuff is used for production of lots of additional stuff. Temperature! We need to monitor the temperature. Okay, so that can happen. If you go over here too damn far, the temperature might get screwed over, but that's okay. We're gonna hook it up with the thermal regulator up on this wall. I'm hoping that's gonna help fix the problem. So that has reduced the temperature. Awesome stuff. We have, again, livable conditions in here. Great, 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 great. This one is right over here, which is kind of annoying. So I'm thinking I'm gonna dismantle that one. It's not affecting the temperature over here. Gonna have to dismantle some of these things. The hull stabilizer. I'm trying to figure out how to accommodate this stuff because it's perfectly placed and situated right now. But as I'm trying to bring in more of these living quarters in here, of course, stuff will have to be moved around. And once again, I do want to maintain that the kitchen is close enough to the housing so that they can leave their beds, go eat, go poop, go to work. So that's important to me. Okay, we're gonna draft the people of this lovely vessel, because I see that they are slacking off. They're still not super exhausted, so that's letting me know that we are going to be able to go on board of one of these additional vessels. Let's go to this one. It's the closer one. And we're going to be able to scout out what's happening. Okay, hold on. What's up with you? What's your cannot work, high accident rates? Okay. So we have some infra blocks, some tech blocks already. We have water, fertilizer, we have energy rods. This ship has been quite small, so we're able to like take a look at it immediately, and we're gonna salvage the living crap out of it. Unfortunately, there's no soft scrap, but we do have a high concentration of infra scrap. And everything else is low, and we're gonna select all of this good stuff and bring it over. So now there were some tech blocks, so the tech blocks which we were missing, we're gonna be able to build up for ourselves as well, which is good news. We are low on nuts, fruits, and artificial meats. Not the best, but we're trying. Okay, 3 people are laying in these small little bunks. Can theoretically try to accommodate one over here. I'm not really sure how it's gonna work out space-wise, but I'm a sucker for punishment. So let's see. We cannot build the bed over here, so I need to build it over here so that the wall can be placed over here, like so. Unfortunately, this person will not have the window, so the comfort will not be as great. I'm well aware of it, but we're trying our darnest here. Okay, we're gonna dismantle this sucker, and we're gonna build up these things up in here. I'm thinking maybe the hull stabilizer can be moved over here. The tiny space left in between is not gonna have a negative effect, I believe, so that can be done. This goddamn thing is just driving me nuts. I really think that I will have, like, look at this crap. There's 3 of the thermal regulators, and yet this thing is still trying to drive me nuts with just creating so much heat and just doing a bunch of weird nonsense. So this ship has been completely salvaged already. This one is gonna take a while. Select all and transfer those. Yes. Okay, so what we're gonna do is put down a light. Fill in this and put down the decorational plant. No, we need to make it face inside of the small little living quarters. And that means we have 4 bunks over here, and we have 4 bunks over here. 2, 4, 6, 7. Yeah, these 2 still need to remain here. Unless I would be able... Yeah, we're getting close to the sleeping time, so I will have to do that on the next rotation. You just keep on recycling all this junk because we have a lot of it. We're gonna need all the goodies out of these things. A human corpse. How many corpses? We have 7 bodies. We're gonna need even the... I'm not really sure if it's the autopsy table that we need. It's the research workbench. This is the stuff which we will need to gain access to in order to do a couple of additional things. But what I want to kind of do now is somehow find a space to allocate more of the airlocks. Problem is our current hull blocks. And also we have almost 0 energium to be processed furthermore. And we don't have the facility which is responsible for this task anyhow. So once they sleep this off, you can theoretically expand the kitchenette or cantina or whatever the hell you want to call it these days. We're gonna need to accommodate 2 beds. So what we can do is, again, seek out the star cluster hyperlane. Yeah, that's gonna be an objective. So the hyperlanes, if we scroll out even further, are these things. Now, in order to actually be able to travel in between these systems, you will be required to have access to the hyper chamber sleeping beds, because if you don't put your people in these things, the hyper jumps can have negative effects on your people. I'm not really sure what it does. I haven't really tried it. I would try to avoid running the research on them, like what sort of negative effect it can have. And so we're gonna have to get there, but we will have to research those things first. Optics, this thing is responsible for creating this stuff. This is the assembler. This is going to be really important. As you can see, steel plate and fabrics is used for creating soft blocks, hull blocks, or infra blocks. So just having the smelter already is responsible for creation of infra blocks, and we will require the fabric in order to make soft blocks, which is responsible for the furniture, and so on and such. Okay, so we're going to put you down over here. And I'm gonna have to be forced to move you over there in the meantime, so that we can do what we do. And that is to accommodate the comfort levels. I think the window will have to be moved. So the person will place it over here. That way we have the natural light inside. This is wrong. You need to build it inside of the living space. So when you look at the comfort levels, it seems that the bed is the thing which is like reducing the comfort levels, but it can be worse. It can be so much worse, probably. Okay, this will have to be moved around. A couple of these things will definitely have to be reworked. So, we're gonna dismantle the wall. We're gonna dismantle these plants. I'm gonna have to somehow move stuff around. The problem is, where in the hell am I gonna do that? Thinking we're gonna need to expand the hull even more forward, but we are kind of leading or running towards the edge. So I cannot even go 8 additional hull pieces, so that would be funky. But okay, this ship should be therefore salvaged. This one should be the last one remaining in the sector. And because we are getting close to the end of the day and these guys are maybe getting sleepier, we might need to soon go and do some stuff. Okay, Energium is completely drained. This bed is absolutely not gonna be the most comfortable thing to sleep in. Okay, I'm not really sure why did he had to throw up, but okay. Maybe he has some condition or something. We need to make sure that we have access to that food, which we are trying to grow, but it just takes a crap ton of time to be done, and we are not producing enough of it to supply our crewmen with the food. So that's why salvaging is such a important thing right now for us. Okay, so we're gonna draft the people with the shotgun. At least 3 guys will have to go on board. It's the last pistol. Now that we have the shuttle selected, we will go and see the last derelict ship. Hopefully it's not super heavily infested. That's my hopes. Okay, we already see that it's infested. The question is how heavy the infestation is going to be. However, I can see already a crap ton of supplies being just at the edge of the ship, so that's good news. Okay, this alien guy is over here. There's a lot of them. So let's hope that the engagement will go well for us. Because if their combat skills are not that high, their accuracy is all over the place, so they can do more damage to the actual equipment of the ship instead of the aliens themselves. We have a power plant, we have a corpse, we have a more advanced hyperdrive. Let's see what's in this room over here. We have a toilet, we do have hull blocks, root vegetables, and so yeah, provisions just like that. They're coming in, so let's kill these things. One more is gonna be coming in. And that seems to be the ship. Okay, so we're gonna de-draft them. We're gonna de-draft the ship. Don't forget to do the ship. And we're gonna salvage this thing again. And we're gonna take all of this good stuff as well. So now we have the last thing, which is holding us in this sector. I would kill for a ship to show up and trade with us, because that would give us access to more food. Speaking of food, I'm actually considering the growth bed, but I mean, if I build it over here, it's gonna occupy some really important space, but I kind of do need the additional food. So what I eventually tend to do is have like one of these large growth beds just for the root vegetables, one just for the fruits, one just for the nuts, one just for the artificial meat, and then I have one for the grains, which are used for booze, and then I have one for the fibers, which are used to be creating fabric, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, please recycle. We need all of that stuff. Yeah, the slow food stuff is no joke. We definitely have to fix that. The problem is right now, because we don't have the power, it's doing all sorts of funky stuff. And I'm not really sure if it's due to what exactly. Because the power core is running. This thing still has access to more of these things, so I'm not really sure. We have plenty of ice for recycling. Energium. We will have to mine the Energium. So we'll be forced to jump into the other sector, no matter if I like it or not. But we'll be able to get the Hyperium and the Energium from that region. Okay, so nuts, fruits, root veggies. So right now we're doing mix of just about anything and everything to keep us alive. But we will have to trade for food definitely, because it will just not work like this. From the long-term perspective, it will just not be sufficient. Okay, we're gonna have a ship here. That's awesome. We're gonna be able to trade with them. That's gonna allow me to stay here a little bit longer. What don't you have? You need the raw resource. Damn it. Might have to trade for the raw Energium. At least we see that we will really have to jump into the other sector eventually to mine this out. And this is why I don't like to actually exchange the raw ingredients for anything else, because you never know what you might run low on, and that can be just really bad. Okay, so please tell me you have the blue crystals. Yes! Okay, awesome. Awesome stuff. So what can we do is grab like 3 of these suckers at least. And they do have plenty of credits. We have absolutely none. I'm thinking I'm gonna sell the super blocks because I just don't have anything right now that I can use this for. So we're gonna grab 4 of these suckers. That's trade number 1. And then we're gonna have to trade, and I'm thinking, damn it, the steel is not selling for that much. Damn. Damn. Hull blocks 74, the energy blocks for 84, soft blocks for 113, so 7 of those. The problem is even 1 artificial meat is gonna be more than we are giving them. But we do have the 3 fibers, so those can be exchanged, and I don't know. Let's go with the nuts. That's the second trade. And what else? I'm not really that thrilled about getting more of the energy stuff, because we're gonna go into a sector which is able to give us that. We do have 1 piece of plastic, so technically I can sell that, but I would like to hold on to it because it can be turned into weapons, so on and such. I might be forced to sell the medical supplies, just so that we get our hands on some of this pesky money so that we can do the trade. So let's make that our 3rd trade. And once everyone wakes up, yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Like, I had an instance where a pirate ship jumped into the sector when everyone was sleeping, and because we are lacking this sort of red alert button or something, the person just simply refused, even if I like drafted them and took them over there to man the station, man the turrets, and defend the damn thing, or allow me to jump into another sector. So that was annoying as hell. Also, I would love to see the potential to eventually join a potential guild, like spicing guild, mining guild, trade guild, pirate guild, or whatever. Let's say you want to be just destroying other ships and so on and such. That's what you would have the option to do. If you want to be a good merchant, have lots of rare items, and be able to exchange them for other stuff, that would be great too. I would love to see that. Unfortunately, that option is currently not present in the game, which kind of sucks. It would definitely help to add that little tiny bit extra to the game, I believe so. Hull window. We're gonna build it over here. Give you the furniture. The little table over moi. This will have to be dismantled. Oh, come on, I gave you the goddamn fuel. Stop doing this weird nonsense. You're pissing me off. How much of this Energium do you require, goddammit? Seriously, you're bugging me with this. And I really hate the fact that I cannot sell you... Well, theoretically, I should be able to sell you these, but they don't sell that well. But technically, I do have a crap ton of them. The problem is they don't even sell for enough to make it worth exchanging it for the food itself. This is driving me nuts. I'm gonna sell the plastic. Screw it. One of this as well. We're gonna keep the fertilizer. We will need that for the food production. So let's just keep that going. I'm really hating this because I don't know how the ship will behave during a jump to the other sector. And that's kind of scaring me. If I would put you here, then I can theoretically put you here. The ship is still in the sector. We still have one more trade to be conducted. The ships have been salvaged, so there's nothing else that's keeping us in the sector anymore. So once the trade has been done, that's it. Good riddance. Get ready for the jump. That is, if we will have the energy for this nonsense or not. That's really scary. But we really need to go and make a jump to this region to get the Energium. I just simply refuse to be trading for it if we're going to be able to get it there. Energy refinery is done. That's awesome. Please tell me that you will be able to conduct the jump and the whole ship will not fall apart. Man, I should not be uploading this stuff onto YouTube. That's for sure. We're gonna drop. We're gonna mine out that Energium, Hyperium, and then we're gonna go to that other sector where they had the other derelict ship. So let's go mine out these suckers. These two asteroids are quite decently set up. I'm thinking we're gonna expand the hull like so. And we're gonna try to move these things and the airlocks elsewhere, so that we can accommodate for more of them. I seriously need to gain access to more of this nonsense because this is driving me nuts. Still have the energy routes, that's the funniest thing. The Energium is being redistributed, so I'm really hoping it's gonna be able to power everything for a while. Please repair this. Crap ton of scrap to be recycled still. Everyone's sleeping. We required the raw chemicals in order to make a research for the chemical refinery. That's that requirement which we need. Question is, raw chemicals are in this region with the ice, with the Hyperium, and so we will have to make our way over there. But I wanted to jump over here and see what's in these two planets. There we have a derelict ship, and then we have these resources. So theoretically, that can be done. If this is the problem which you're facing, my suggestion is to move the research down, and later on you will be able to get to it once you have obtained the resource that you so desperately need. There will be also a ship arriving to the sector, so we might be able to trade for stuff. We do have the hull blocks and all this other nonsense, so hopefully we'll be able to sell some of this stuff. How's the comfort in here? It's always negative because of the bed, but the bed has to be there. How the hell is the bed reducing the comfort? I mean, when you think about comfort, one of the first things which comes to mind is bed itself, right? It's not just me. Okay, we have a ship. So let's see, what do you have? What can we sell you? We have some credits. So it's gonna burn through almost all of them. Oh, let's reduce the price by selling you some steel. And we have mined out everything. No, there's still some Hyperium left. But we're not gonna stay in this location for too long. I just don't see the reason for it. Are we again out of the Energium, or like what are you doing to me? Why are you doing this to me? Is the trade done? Are we done mining? Come on, finish the mining operation. Be a good guy. Okay. Once that is done and the pod is back, we're gonna get ready to make another jump. This is driving me nuts. I'm not really sure what's causing this. Okay, so need to jump here. Need to jump here. We're jumping here first. Lots of resources to be mined. Let's do it, and then we'll do the derelict thingy. I might have to build one of these goddamn power nodes or something for the energy to be able to be redistributed or something. I'm not really sure what's causing this, but it's really pissing me off slightly. Technically I can build it over here just for the hell of it, see if that would help improve the overall situation. We're still running low on food, but that's no news. God damn it. If I can build a hull window over here, we'll bring in some light in this location. So let's see if this is gonna do anything or absolutely nothing. We have obtained more coal from this region, so we will be able to do more stuff. And because each noble metal and a regular metal is only broken down into fifth to produce one actual electronic component or one actual steel plate, it's really nice, because it gives us a lot of stuff to work with. So I'm really hoping that we're going to be able to mine out all of this good stuff out of here. We have now a decent stockpile of Energium. We're going to produce some water here so that we have it just in case. And we have low noble metals, but that's okay. We're going to be able to hopefully come across more of them. And then we're gonna make a jump to this sector to see what's gonna happen. But first, I will try to break down the derelict, and I will try to make a jump over here. There's one more derelict ship on the way, so lots of stuff to be salvaged. It really makes you wonder if these derelict ships are ships left by over from other players who have somehow screwed up or were like saved, which they just abandoned, and so the game is throwing it into your universe and you can mess around with them. And it's kind of how I like to think about it. It might not be true, of course, but I'm weird that way, so I don't know. Maybe it's just me, maybe it's not. Low advanced power. How the hell are you not having advanced power? Really should research the better power plant, I guess. Where is that thing? Scanner, shield console, power capacity node, solar panel, power generator. Yeah, let's do all this research. So that's why having the research up and running is gonna be important. We don't even have fruit, vegetables to do research on advanced nutrition right now. Ain't that a bitch? And there's no ship over here because we're literally at like the edge of the sector, so it's not gonna come here. You have to be in more centralized locations in order for these ships to show up. So we're here just to mine out all the rare elements, have something to smelt from it, and they're just gonna be used for later crafting or exchanging for other goodies. Hopefully, fingers crossed. We're missing root vegetables, nuts, and artificial meat. We're growing fruits, root vegetables, and fibers here. Fruits have to be replanted, nuts are gonna be done soon, and root vegetable is miles from being done. So obviously building somewhere more growth beds is just logical, but the question is, where in the hell am I gonna do that, right? I don't really want to be screwing around with the hull expansion in this region. I'm gonna probably jump back to the other region with the derelict ship. And there we're gonna be able to break down the ship apart and be able to expand the hull size and allocate more food production, because we are kind of desperate when it comes to this right now. And I do want the advanced nutrition accessible, as I believe it can help us quite a lot. So let's see what this derelict will hold for us. Theoretically speaking, oh wow, there's actually 2 ships. Son of a biscuit. Okay, so there's even a mining station and a ship. So I'm gonna go for the station first. Hopefully it's not gonna be fully infested with the aliens. That would just piss me off. The people are not that exhausted. I'm looking for the person with the shotgun, because we have one. Where's that person? And I would like to bring 4 people to board this thingy so that we can theoretically salvage this location. So these are the mining outposts, or meteorite bases, whatever you want to call them. They can be quite rich in resources, and they can be quite heavily infested. Fortunately, it seems like the crawlers are here. So we're gonna stay here, try to draw them in. Okay. Might be able to gain access through here. There's a data log. Theoretically, the data log can be used for money. Yeah, so we got only credits, no actual data log was present. Okay, let's see. So they keep coming in from both sides. There's additional data logs. Because the floor is missing on the other side, I wanted to go through here just to make sure that they will not circle around us and ambush us from the flank or something like that. These guys can be annoying, I can tell you that right now. They can actually go, they cannot go through the doors here because the floor is missing. But what we can do is go through here and get to them. So that's research table, research lab. Here we are gonna have additional crew member. So good stuff, good stuff. And this is the table which I'm talking about. I would kill for this table because I'm hoping And it would be able to serve a whole lot more people, and it just seems like a much more convenient solution that that massive sofa, which can hold only like 3 people at a time, blah, blah, blah. You are still drafted, right? So you go and deal with this person. That is gonna bring us 2, 4, 6, 7, 8 people are gonna be now a part of our crew. We're gonna deselect this ship, and we're gonna salvage the living crap out of it. High, low, none. Okay, and the body parts and everything, it all goes. Plastic, everything has to go. We'll just have to accommodate the housing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's perfectly set up right now to accommodate everyone, except of the fact that we might be forced to build in 2 of these rooms bunk beds. Besides that, we are golden. Well, golden. I should not really go that liberal with that word, but you know what I mean. Okay, hull blocks. How many do we have of these suckers? 20! God damn, okay. This would cost me 14.6. It would expand the ship's hull quite extensively. And I want to do it. So let's go and mark it. And we're gonna stay here for a while. There's one more derelict ship that can be salvaged, so that's what we're gonna do. We have quite a lot of stuff here, so that's awesome. Let's make more of this. We are gonna use up our last remaining noble metals by processing the electronic components, but I can live with that. Energium, Hyperium, we have a crap ton of Hyperium, but we will have to accommodate the refinery for this stuff. And for that, we will require 3 tech blocks, which we don't have. And yeah, we will need to have the facility which produces this stuff. That's this thing. No, that's recycler. Have I not researched the goddamn thing yet? This stuff always gets me. Item fabricator. This thing creates weapons, so no. Chemical refinery. No. Energy is for this. Micro weaver. No. Metal refinery. No. Industry. Assembler. That's the thing which we need. So we will need industry of tier 2, and then we're gonna need assembler. So what we're gonna do is move this all the way to the front and move this down. So once we have the advanced industry researched, we will be able to start making our own, our own blocks. So that's the plan. I'm also thinking maybe making a 3rd pod would be awesome as well, but having something where we would be able to concentrate the farming would also help us out tremendously, and building 2 airlocks would be really crucial in order for us to be capable of moving more things inside and outside of the ship, especially when it comes to trading and so on and such. Why are there only 2 people assigned to decommissioning this facility right now? I do not know. So, when it comes to moving stuff like airlocks and moving the pods, you first need to actually construct the hangar or the pod hangar in order for the devices to be relocated so that these can be decommissioned. So it can be kind of annoying, but it has to be unfortunately done. I also want to move this goddamn airlock so that I can fill in this hole in the ship's hull. And no matter what I try to do, it just keeps returning back to that massive square. One thing which I cannot believe the game does not have is layers. So building floor above floor or below floor. So you would have, like, let's say a comfortable living sector on the 2nd floor. On the top floor, you would have the command post the shields, the radio relay, the weaponry, and on the below sector you would have the manufacturing and the engine room. I think it would just add something extra to the game, but probably the game is trying to compensate for you not having access to these additional layers by giving you the access to multiple ships, which can be understandable, but I'm not really sure if it's the best solution ever. So what we're gonna do here, we're gonna start to move the command center. Gonna build the hull window over here, but let's make it the smaller one. We're gonna move the research. The hull thingy can remain probably somehow here. Still haven't really made up my mind. Root vegetable is just starting. So I'm trying to relocate this stuff. Swear to God, we just harvested root vegetable, yet it's showing me that we did not do so. New technology has been researched, industry tier 2. Awesome. So we are gonna make the assembler, the optonics fabricator. Not really that necessary right now. The advanced assembler can be, however, crucial because it's how we get our tech blocks and our energy blocks. So, yeah, that's these resources. The optonic component and the energy cell is a crucial part of that, but I haven't really made up my mind as of yet. So I'm thinking the airlocks, systems. We do have the necessary resources, so if we were to build you over here and you over here, then we can decommission this one, fill in this space, move the engines to the edge, and somehow create an actual manufacturing district. Shuttle hangar, we are not having access to the tech blocks, which is kind of killing me right now. Theoretically, there's a ship. I did not notice it before. Fucker doesn't have the tech blocks that I do need so desperately. Damn it to hell. Damn it to hell. We're gonna send some Hyperium. And, I feel like I'm just gonna take the money. Since you don't have what we do actually require, which is kind of killing me deep inside. So we have the additional airlocks. This one should be able to be dismantled. So we will be able to fill in this hull space. Fingers crossed. This will cost me 5.2 hull blocks. I don't have that many. No! How is that even possible? So let's recycle this, and we're gonna salvage the other ship for hull blocks. I refuse to trade for hull blocks myself. It's just not gonna be worth it. Resources, raw metals or something. This thing sells for how much? Steel is not that well valued. The electronic components is not something to write home about, but I'll sell it just to make some money on the side. This is killing me. How are we not having access to this? Come on, everyone, wake up already, goddammit. I have to do this. I have to dismantle these 2 beds. Dismantle this one, and we're gonna do 2 bunk beds. I'm super thrilled about it. I just hope they will do it. And not give me too much trouble about this stuff. Okay. So, what do we do now? We go and we draft our crew members. And we are gonna send them off to board that other derelict that is in this system. I'm missing a person with the shotgun, goddammit. You go, you join. You go, you fly off over here. Hopefully it's not heavily infested, and hopefully there's gonna be something that we can use. Besides a crap ton of goddamn aliens. God damn it! What is up with the infestation in this sector? It's brutal. No joke. Just hoping they're not gonna destroy the energy rods and everything else in here. That would just piss me off. That one is almost dead. This is a huge advantage. Being able to abuse this mechanic is great. So we know that there's 2 aliens over there. I'm gonna try to fly off over here to see what's in this room. If there's any more aliens, does not seem that way. I'm gonna crack open this room with the oxygen generator. So we know that they came out from there. Let them chase after you. And I don't know. Can we like surround the enemy from 2 flanks? You have to be careful about taking damage like that. It can have really negative effect on your people. And I think that's it for the ship. So, high hopes for items that can be salvaged. Damn it, there's not the stuff that I do want. Non-energy scrap and low hull scrap. Awesome. Why can't you have the blocks that I so desperately do require? Damn it! Damn it! And we're starting to run low on energium as is, so that will have negative effect on me as well. So we're gonna have to bounce from this sector. And I'm thinking we're gonna go all the way up in here for those chemicals. And that might be it for the episode afterwards. So let's just see how this plays out. I can try to mess around with the agriculture. So let's see. What I like to do is that once these growth beds reach the 100% and the items have been picked up, I stop the growing, because if I were to decommission the growing bed right now, the fruit that is at 93% and 90% would be lost, and that's resources which have been utilized that we will simply not get back, and that's something which I just cannot go for. I cannot believe nobody has goddamn infra blocks. It's just killing me deep inside. But being able to move this junk more towards this side eventually will give me more space to accommodate those living quarters, and that will be giving me option to expand theoretically the cantina Maybe I can build like another jukebox somewhere around here so that everyone is not just cramped in this location, because we don't have more space for the food and for the seating and everything else and so on and such. Assembler, nice. So the assembler, can we make the goddamn assembler? Problem is we don't have access to fabric, so even if I would have the assembler constructed, I'm still missing this resource over here, which is the fabrics, which we are producing from the fibers themselves. And for that, we require the goddamn tech block. For this, we require 2 tech blocks, so that's 3 tech blocks, which I'm missing in order to be making tech blocks by myself. Refine me some ice, please, so that we have water for the continuous production of food, because it's not like we're missing a crap ton of it, as is. A power node, awesome. We're back at the advanced nutrition, huh? Okay, let's do this. Theoretically, we can do solar panel and the power generator first. So if I were to separate this room, the O2 levels are still high. CO2 is safe. There's no output. Yeah, the water vapor is kind of non-existent, especially at the back of the ship where most of the manufacturing is being conducted. So that is affecting also how the water collector can be utilized, which sucks. The vents are working. Nothing seems to be inaccessible. There are jobs. Fruits are gonna be done soon. Seeds, no. Root vegetables, yes. Really need to do something about this food situation. Still a crap ton of infra scrap, which makes me wonder how's our recycling. And how's our refining? Don't have any more noble metals, so let's make more steel, I guess. Okay, were we able to proceed further, or are we now missing the chemicals? Yeah. We're gonna have to jump into that other sector to deal with that stuff. Hull blocks. We have 5 of them, and I would need how many in order to fill in this hole? 4.1. 4.1. 5.2. Damn it! Okay, let's just fill in this for now, and we're gonna jump to the other sector. We're low on energium as is, so that's really bad. I don't even see energium over there, so unless one of these derelicts will be able to be salvaged, we are kind of screwed here. But I'm trying to maximize the potential of each sector where I visit, as jumping from place to place is also not going to be beneficial, as you're never going to get anything done. So logically, I want to make sure that this can be accommodated. I'd love to move the storage units. I always, however, struggle with this because I don't know if eject will just eject everything into the space and then I have lost everything that is stored inside. I just want to have a button that is going to allow me to move every goddamn single thing from one storage unit to another, so it can be placed in another space, so it will not occupy this sort of place where I would want to build, let's say, walls or something. But we have 8 crew members instead of 6. We are struggling to keep them fed because we are missing just about anything and everything. Okay, hold on. So this is gonna stop now. I want to be moving the beds away. Theoretically, if we would move the advanced nutrition right now up here, Are we missing still the stuff, or yeah, it's still asking for the chemicals? Damn it to hell. So I just want to move the bunk beds. The fibers are going to be done soon, then the fruits. And so we're going to try to accommodate a larger farming space. For the needy mouths to feed. Fruits. Oh, we're gonna have fruits. I really hope they're gonna bring in the fruits over here so that we can start growing the artificial meat eventually as well, or I'm gonna get a little pissed. A little pissed. Please tell me you brought the damn fruit over here. Is it done? Is it done? Is it done? Is it done? Take it, take it, take it, take it. Bring it. All right. Nice. Damn it, it's missing again, fruit. Shish kebab. Without the energium, we're gonna be also kind of screwed here. But the hull is done. Salvage is done. So let's just do it. Let's jump. Get ready. And we're gonna start jumping through the systems. Hopefully we have enough to carry this heavy-ass ship. Or we're gonna have to build another engine soon. That's for sure. So what I'm planning on doing is somehow bouncing over here to the chemicals. So we're gonna drop it over here. Hopefully some ship will show up. We did see ship movement in this sector. And then we can theoretically do that one derelict. And afterwards, we're definitely gonna be departing for the new region. So let's break down everything that we have. The engines do require some maintenance. And we need the goddamn energy crystals. Unfortunately, we have none of them. This is gonna stop. 70 something. Once that is done, we're gonna have to move the growth bed somewhere else. That fruit has not been delivered. Theoretically, this one can be delivered from here or from here. My hopes are all over the damn place. I need to trade stuff for food. If we mine out the chemicals, I'm not sure if it was the power generator or whatever the hell it was that required this stuff. But having those solar panels too might be beneficial, but of course we would require infer blocks for that stuff. So it's all over the place. I'm trying to figure out how we would manage this. There's constant bottlenecks of just about anything in this game, so just get used to it, I guess. 1.2, that's gonna allow me to expand the hull. Fill in this space. I want to move these things over here. It's gonna be kind of funky. And now we are out of juice. Really need that energium or we are totally boned, as I will not be able to jump into another sector. So for the love of God, you ships, jump back here and save my ass. Please don't make it that the second episode I have killed everyone. And the problem is, once the energy is not running, the oxygen generation is not running. When the oxygen generation is not running, you can see that the oxygen levels are changing. And so that can be bad as well. So, of course, also because the energy is not running, the fruit is not growing, so I have lost all of this stuff. And I can theoretically die here. I don't want to die here. Come on, damn it. Save me. Can we hail for help? This is so awkward. It did not take me even 3 episodes to get the whole ship fucked. Come on! God damn it. Maybe the 3rd episode will be me starting all over again, but skipping through the initial intro of just trying to do just about anything, but you can see that they're in the spacesuits. because the oxygen levels are dropping, the temperature level is going to shit, and because it's cold inside, they're just not gonna be able to do anything. So I have effectively killed everyone, I guess. Come on, jump into the sector, stupid ship. I need the energium. No! Whoa! Damn it! Damn it! Come on! It was going so great! Why did you have to screw me over so much? I cannot jump into the other sector. I swear to God, if I would have made one more jump, I would have saved myself by having access to the blue crystal. This is why I try to oversaturate the initial region from which I start, because that's how I make sure that, well, I have the resources. This is just horrible. Am I gonna lose everyone? 8 crew members are gonna be killed because of the goddamn lack of one goddamn resource. This is brutal. This is brutal. These are not your professional walkthroughs. This is what I do. Okay, we're gonna have a ship here next turn. The question is if we're gonna be able to survive this, or if I'm gonna cheat, I'm gonna go into the saved files, which are continuously generated, and I'm gonna go back, and we're gonna trade and try to avoid this situation, so I don't have to start all over again like a total freaking idiot. Come on, where's the goddamn ship? Bring it! Jump in! I need the stuff! These guys cannot even take a poop. They have literally crapped their pants here. Okay, please tell me you have the fucking blue crystal. You have the freaking blue crystal. Awesome. I don't have enough of the stuff to pay you, so what I'm gonna have to do here is get a little creative. Please tell me you will be able to exchange this. Please, for the love of God, make it happen. Bring the fuel, do something. The ship is totally fucked otherwise. Come on! Oh, damn it. I'm gonna lose everyone. Oh, man. I'm so bad at this game. I want to improve. Come on, bring in the energy nonsense gizmo so we can power up this damn blaze and see if I will be able to recover. Come on, come on, come on. Oh my God, it's horrible. Oh, I'm so bad at this game. This should not go on YouTube. Oh man. And I think we're getting some smoke over here or something. This thing is just incapable of keeping up with what we need for the ships to be fully functional. So I think we will skip the derelict and we will have to go into the other region. And hopefully there's going to be some energium, which we will be able to mine out. Otherwise, our power generator is just going to be completely boned and the ship will go to the... Well, we are already in kind of a survival mode. And everyone is just having really negative effects. And the hunger on top of it. Oh, why am I so bad at this game? I want to get better. Damn it! Come on! Oh, man. I think this is gonna be it. I'm just gonna probably try to play the game and start a second ship, and we're gonna try to get the ship at least somewhat built up, and afterwards I'm gonna make it like a third episode of like trying to redo this stuff. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what to tell you guys. It's not good. It's not good. It's not good at all. And even the shape of the vessel is just absolutely non-original. It's no Venator class Star Destroyer, nothing like this. It's just it's painful. Oh man, it's painful. It's painful as it can be, but it is not your professional walkthroughs. So with that said, I'm gonna wish you all bless the rest of the day. And hopefully your Space Haven adventure is going 100 times better than mine. Or I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure. Oh man, we really need to make a jump to another sector, like quickly. Quickly! Before we start running into more troubles with the energy. Make it. Make it. Come on. Do it. Let me jump. We need to jump. And hopefully we'll be able to jump to the other region. And there's Energium! Yes! So we'll have to mine this crap. And that should get us to somewhat of a place from which we can do something. So immediately focus on mining, and we will try to get food. Damn it! Oh, that's my best performance. Not my best performance, that's for sure. We're already kind of screwed. The food is just... I don't get this, and I'm not even like buying the actual meals. I'm just buying the individual ingredients which are used for the production of this stuff. That's what's killing me deep inside, deep inside. I just don't have what I need. Why am I so bad at this game? I want to improve. I want to do better.